Welcome to the end of semester one first review video. Basically, I have picked the top 10 topics that are going to be on the last test of this semester. These are the 10 things that you need to know how to do before moving on to other courses, at least the ones we've talked about so far this year. In order to prepare you, there are practice problems for each section, and I'm going to do a couple of notes problems. I've left you this area over here to check mark when you think you've got it. So use this for yourself. If you think you know how to solve equations and you're good to go, check mark it. If you think you know how to solve absolute value equations and you're good to go, check mark it. If you don't think you're ready for this part yet, don't check mark it so you know you need to ask me questions about it, or maybe watch the review video for it. Okay? And then the test is going to be on Tuesday, January 12th. At least right now, that's the plan. I might move this back a day if I feel like we need an extra day to get ready. My only hesitation is that I want to make sure everybody has a chance to take it before the end of the semester because you don't exactly get an extension. Okay. Review packets are also going to be due this day, and they're worth 50 points. There's 10 topics. Each topic is worth 5 points. Okay. There's also going to be a 5-point practice quizzes at the beginning of class each day. Not the first day because it's the beginning of the day, but starting the next day. Okay? And those are the last things that will go into your semester one grade. And this is how we're going to finish off semester one. So, on the next page, it says topic 1 linear equations. I'm going to go through this part. However, these are things that you should be pretty comfortable with. This is one of those things that you really need to be able to do naturally without having to look things back up. The only thing I'm going to add a little note about that I forgot to leave in there was no solution and infinite solutions. No solution is when the variables go away and you have two numbers left that aren't the same, like 0 equals 4. Infinite solutions is if you have the same number left, like 4 equals 4. Notice how there's no x's left. If it's the same number, it's infinite solutions. If it's not the same number, it's no solution. All right, so when you see an equation, the first thing you should look for are like terms. Meaning, over here on the right side, I have things I can add together to make this a simpler equation, like the x's. 3x plus 2x is 5x. Now, I didn't have to switch signs or anything because they're already on the same side. Then I have negative 4 and negative 13. Negative 4 plus negative 13 is negative 17. If you're not sure what that is, you can always use a calculator. And then it still equals negative 7. I haven't changed anything about that yet. Then I'm going to add 17 to both sides because I want x to be all by itself. Our goal is to get rid of everything except for the x. And we start with the thing furthest away from the x, this part. Negative 7 plus 17 is 10. Then we can divide by 5 on both sides. One of the reasons why I didn't divide by 5 first is because it would have given me some really weird fractions up here. So that's another good reason to wait for it until the very end. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. If you see parentheses and there's a number out front, you need to know that that number gets multiplied to everything inside. Okay, it's just a natural step to be taking in math. That's what we mean when we put a number in front of the parentheses. So half of 10x is 5x. Half of negative 4 is negative 2. And then you finish writing the rest of the equation. Now, I'm allowed to add together the 5x and the negative 3x. They're on the same side, so I don't need to switch anything. 5 plus negative 3 is 2, and we keep the x with it. Then we're going to add that 2 to the other side so that we get x all by itself. 22 plus 2 is 24. And this is where some people will just ask themselves 2 times what is 24 and be like, oh, hey, that's 12. That's my answer. And some people will go ahead and divide by 2 on both sides, just to show all of their work. Okay. And on this very last one, we have an x and an x, but they're on opposite sides this time. That means I do need to switch some signs. And I like for my x's to end up over here, so I don't want to get rid of this one, I want to get rid of this one. So I'm going to minus 3x on both sides. And notice how I'm lining it up underneath the x's. When you add and subtract something from both sides, you just do it once. So I'm doing it once on this side and once on this side. I'm not putting it here because that wouldn't make much sense. 7 minus 3 is 4. These two go away, and that's 30. Then I'm going to subtract that 2. 4x equals 28. 30 minus 2 is 28. And then divide by 4. 28 divided by 4 is 7. Go ahead and try the 9 practice problems afterwards.